we're playing Ashton Jeanty's entire career, going year by year all the way up until he retires. In his rookie season, after just getting drafted by the Raiders, he's starting out at 82 overall. And for a rookie, that is a great place to start, but the problem is, I really don't like this Raiders team. I mean, we have Kobe Myers and Brock Bowers, but Geno Smith is 75 overall. This offensive line isn't going to do it either, along with having some good players on the defensive side of the ball as well, and Max Crosby and Christian Wilkins, but other than that, it's not a lot of players that I love on here neither. But let's go ahead and send this year and see how his first season goes in the league. Like I expected, the record wasn't good at all at a 5-12. And the stats weren't necessarily great neither. 872 yards and 6 touchdowns. I guess for his first season isn't terrible. I was just expecting him to have a lot more than that at 83 overall. Maybe he just needs my help a little bit. So for the second season, we're actually going to play this week 1 game and see how it does. Imagine if we just take it all the way on this very first play. A decent hole is opening and we got about 15 yards on the first play. Not too bad. Obviously, I'm going to be running the ball a lot here. I mean, it is his simulation and we get another first down. They should have been doing this every single time with him last season. I'm absolutely cooking to the 30, 25, 20, and we're in the red zone. Running to the right side here. Nobody is around me once again. Juke one player out and we get a touchdown already. Legit might be the easiest first drive I've ever played before. That's not where it stops at all because we are riding his back once again, already in the red zone. Maybe try to use him in the receiving game a little bit here, and he is open for the first down. And try it again here. Can he catch this one? And he does for another touchdown. This dude is a beast. To start in the second half, we are up 14-7. Oh my god, a great blocking by our tight end there. We're gonna take this all the way for the first play of the second half, and yes, we are. We get another touchdown. It is so fun playing with this dude. I just want to play his whole entire career myself. The fun didn't stop there because he had a long receiving touchdown, another 25-yard rushing touchdown, a 1-yard rushing touchdown, as well as a 27-yard touchdown as well. Obviously, with him having a crazy day, we ended up beating the Saints. He had a total of 337 yards and 5 touchdowns, but that was only rushing. And then receiving wise, he had 105 yards and 2 touchdowns. That's probably one of the best running back games I've ever seen. And I didn't look at his overall before we played the game, but he is a 91 overall, so no wonder he had that kind of game. Hopefully, he'll have that kind of season as well. Sadly, record-wise, this season didn't go that great neither at 7-10 record. Geno Smith played terribly, having 2,443 yards, 22 touchdowns, and 12 interceptions. He should have went crazy, especially with that first game. And yes, he did, having 1,525 yards and 13 touchdowns. They definitely had to find a different quarterback, or we're going to go somewhere else, because I don't feel like just sitting here and watch Ashton Jeanty's entire career go to waste, because as you know, a running back's career is a lot shorter than any other regular player. But in this third year, we do have a better team at an 80 overall, at 82 offense, and a 70 defense. We also have a new quarterback. The problem is it's Will Levis. Yeah, this is not what I had in mind by a new quarterback. We probably went from an average quarterback to a really bad one. So I don't really expect this season to go any better. Yeah, it didn't. We went 3-14. I'm kind of done with this team by now. Levis did even worse than Geno Smith the stats wise. He had 913 yards and 6 touchdowns. Honestly, I'm kind of disappointed with him as well, because even though it's a good season, they aren't great. Kind of getting done with this season. We only got 1 more year on a rookie deal, and I pray to God Jen to go somewhere else. Hopefully with the last season on the Raiders, we went 5-12, kind of expected, to be honest. Levis had a terrible season with 2,943 yards, 14 touchdowns, and 16 interceptions. And he actually had a great year this year with over 1,000 yards and 11 touchdowns, which was second most in the league. Now it's time for the very interesting part. Let's see if Jeanty stays on the Raiders, or if he goes somewhere else and actually tries to get on a better team. He decided to be truthful to the team that drafted him, staying on the Raiders, but thankfully it's only a 1-year deal, so they probably actually only picked up his 5th year on the contract. He wasted 1 more year of his great career, going 6-11. Levis had a terrible season, but honestly, what's new? Ashton Jeanty even lead the Raiders in rushing yards. Wait, what's going on? He had to have got injured or something. There's no way he's getting replaced already. 334 yards and 4 touchdowns, and that's it. Overall, didn't go down, and he had a 96 overall. Maybe he got hurt or something. I mean, I really don't understand what happened. Honestly, who cares, as long as he goes to another team here that can actually compete. And nope, he's on the Raiders once again on a 4-year deal this time. Oh my god, we have to spend 4 more years with this god-awful team. Honestly, they wouldn't be terrible if they actually had a quarterback, so maybe they'll get one of those in the future, but for this season, it is still Will Levis at a 79 overall now. Hold up, somehow we actually went 10-7, and with that record, we are in the playoffs. I don't really know how that happened. Will Levis only had 3,250 yards, 20 touchdowns, and 12 interceptions. We had to lean on the running game heavily, and that is exactly what we did. He had 1,549 yards and 14 touchdowns. Not looking great, because at halftime, we are losing 14-0. Are we even going to score in this game? Yes, we finally do score a touchdown, so we're only down by 7 points, but then our defense allows them to score again, but down by 14 with about 3 minutes left. Probably not going to win this one, and yeah, we do end up losing 21-7. Yeah, it's a big shame that we didn't win our first playoff game. Hey, we actually got into the playoffs that time, and that is a huge step up. We have a new quarterback for his second year on this deal, and we actually do, and it's kind of crazy that it is Cam Ward. So 2 of the top 10 picks in this past year draft is actually on the Raiders now, and Cam Ward's only at 81 overall now, so it's not amazing, but I guess it's better than Will Levis, and Jeanty's still at a 98 as well. This year we went 6-11. Okay, maybe we should have stepped with Will Levis. Cam Ward did have a better season though, with almost 4,000 yards, 23 touchdowns, 11 interceptions. I don't understand why we didn't have a better season, because Jeanty still had a great one as well, over 1,000 yards and 12 touchdowns. The next day went 6-11. Once again, all right, we're back on the bull crap. Cam Ward probably either got hurt or he got benched, because both of these quarterbacks had over 1,000 yards. Jeanty had 1,239 and on touchdowns. So Jeanty is at that point in his career where he's just having great season after great season after great season, but the Raiders are not whatsoever. We only got 2 more seasons on this contract, so hopefully after that he goes somewhere else. In those 2 seasons, the Raiders went 5-12. Ashton Jeanty had over 1,000 yards and 9 touchdowns. Then 3-14 with 805 yards and 5 touchdowns. So that's obviously a lot lower than his previous years. Please don't tell me his overall is going down just yet. And he's at an 86, so it is going down slowly. He needs to go somewhere else this offseason and actually ring chase so he can actually do something. But instead, he decided to stay on the Raiders once again, this time on a 2-year deal. Yeah, he's probably going to go absolutely nowhere, but hey, anything could happen, so who knows? Miracles can happen, I guess. The Raiders end up going 13-4 this season. They had to pick up like a crazy quarterback, maybe Patrick Mahomes this past offseason, and it is actually random at an 84 overall, and Jeanty's actually the 3rd running back on the roster now. His stats probably weren't great at all, and he was actually second on the team in rushing with 320 yards and 2 touchdowns. While the first season that he's a backup is the season that we had to have a great year. But the good thing is, if we do go to the Super Bowl and get a ring, he also gets one as well, because he's still on the team obviously, so hopefully we'll do that. In this first round we're playing the Jacksonville Jaguars, and at halftime it is tied 7-7, but Jaguars do go down to get a touchdown. We haven't scored again late in the 4th quarter, but with 35 seconds left we score once again. We're going into overtime here. Please Raiders, clutch this up for Jeanty's sake. Jaguars had the ball first but don't score, but then we don't score neither. Whoever scores here is going to go to the next round. They're punting back and forth here. It looks like neither team really wants to win this game right now, but somebody finally does score, and it's actually the Jaguars. So we end up losing this game 17-14. They really had about 5 or 6 drives in overtime, and all they needed to do was score a field goal, and they couldn't even do that. It was probably his last chance to win a ring too, because of next year he wasn't even on a team as a 71 overall free agent. More than likely that probably means his career is done, and yes it is, as of next year he decided to retire after a 13-year career. I think this is another case of a really talented player's career getting wasted by some god-awful teams once again. And yeah, it sucks to see, but hopefully this won't happen to him in real life. Thanks for watching everybody. I really hope you enjoyed. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. I'll check you guys out next time. Peace.